Welcome to the land down under. Australia is a place like no other, where the sun shines bright, the skies stretch endlessly, and adventure is always just around the corner. Whether you're a local or a visitor, there's something truly magical about this vast, wild country that captures the imagination and fills the heart with wonder. Steve Irwin here, and I want to have a yarn with you about a place that's closer to my heart than anything else in the whole wide world: Australia. From the red sands of the outback to the lush rainforests and sparkling coastlines, every inch of this land tells a story. It's a place of ancient traditions, breathtaking beauty, and of course, some of the most fascinating creatures you'll ever meet. When you think of Australia, you might picture our sunny beaches, the rolling surf, or the vast, rugged outback stretching as far as the eye can see. But what truly sets us apart, what really makes Australia unique, is our incredible wildlife. Nowhere else on Earth will you find such a wild and wonderful mix of animals, each perfectly adapted to this land of extremes. We've got animals here you won't find anywhere else, unique, special, and absolutely bonza. From the bounding kangaroo to the shy echidna, from the cheeky cockatoo to the sturdy wombat, every creature has its own story to tell. These animals are more than just icons. They're a living, breathing part of what makes Australia so extraordinary. But there's one little Aussie battler everyone wants to see: the koala. With its fluffy ears, big nose, and sleepy eyes, the koala has captured hearts all over the world. It's become a symbol of Australia's wild spirit and gentle beauty. This furry legend spends its days snoozing high up in the gum trees, nestled among the leaves where it feels safest. Koalas are true masters of relaxation, often sleeping for up to 20 hours a day. But when they're awake, you might spot them munching on eucalyptus leaves, their favourite treat. Seeing a koala in its natural habitat is more than a touristy thing. It's about connecting with the very soul of this continent. It's a reminder of how precious and fragile our wild places are, and how important it is to protect them for future generations. There's nothing quite like the quiet thrill of spotting a koala in the wild, surrounded by the sounds and scents of the Australian bush. So, grab your hat and join me as we head into the bush to discover the world of these incredible marsupials. Whether you're here for adventure, relaxation, or just a bit of Aussie magic, you're in for an unforgettable journey. Let's get out there and see what makes Australia and its koalas so truly special. I'll never forget the first time I saw a koala in the wild. It's one of those memories that sticks with you forever, like a snapshot in your mind that never fades. Even now, years later, I can close my eyes and be right back there, heart pounding with excitement and wonder. I was just a young bloke, maybe 8 or 9, trekking through the bush with my dad on a crisp morning. The sun was barely up, casting golden light through the trees, and the world felt full of possibility. We'd set out early, boots crunching on the leaf litter, the sounds of kookaburras echoing through the air. Dad always said the bush had its own kind of magic, and that day I truly believed him. The air was thick with the scent of gum leaves, that unmistakable fresh eucalyptus aroma that fills your lungs and makes you feel alive. Sunlight filtered through the canopy, painting dappled patterns on the ground. Every step felt like an adventure, every rustle a possible encounter with something wild. Suddenly, Dad stopped in his tracks, put a finger to his lips and pointed up into the trees. He whispered, "Look there, Stevie." His eyes were wide with excitement, and I could tell this was something special. I scanned the branches, squinting against the sunlight, and then I saw it, a little ball of grey fur, perfectly wedged in the crook of a eucalyptus tree. It looked so peaceful, almost as if it was part of the tree itself, blending in with the leaves and bark. My heart did a flip-flop. I'd seen pictures of koalas in books and on TV, but nothing prepared me for the real thing. There was a thrill in knowing I was seeing a wild animal, not one in a zoo or sanctuary, but right here in its own home. It was a real, wild koala, just chilling out, high above the world. It looked so relaxed, as if it didn't have a care in the world, just lounging on its branch, occasionally twitching its nose or shifting its fluffy ears. It was smaller than I imagined, but a million times cuter, with those big, fluffy ears, a button nose that twitched every now and then, and sleepy eyes that barely opened. I remember thinking how gentle and vulnerable it looked, and how lucky I was to witness it in its natural element. Watching it snooze, I felt a calm wash over me, a powerful reminder that we share this planet with amazing animals. There was a sense of peace in that moment, a quiet connection between me, the koala, and the wild world around us. I realized how important it is to protect these creatures and the places they call home. That moment lit a fire in me to protect these incredible creatures and their homes. It sparked a lifelong passion for conservation and a deep respect for the natural world. Every time I see a koala now, I'm reminded of that first encounter and the responsibility we all share to look after our wildlife. It taught me that the greatest adventures aren't always about adrenaline or action. They're often found in those quiet moments of connection with the natural world, when you pause, look up, and truly appreciate the wonders around you. That's the real magic of the bush, and it's a lesson I'll carry with me forever. Let's have a chinwag about these little legends. First off, koalas aren't bears. They're marsupials like kangaroos and wombats. Mama koalas raise their joeys in a pouch. Joeys start out tiny, about the size of a jelly bean, and stay in the pouch for 6 months before peeking out. Koalas are fussy eaters, munching only certain eucalyptus leaves, which aren't very nutritious. That's why they sleep up to 20 hours a day. Ultimate chill-out champions. Their bodies are built for tree life. Strong arms, sharp claws, and a tough, padded bottom for sitting on branches. Mostly solitary, they communicate with deep bellows that echo through the bush. Perfectly adapted, koalas are true blue Aussie originals. Tough, resilient survivors of the Australian bush. They're not just cute, they're masterpieces of evolution. Seeing a koala isn't just a bucket list tick. It's a meaningful experience that connects you deeply to nature. For Indigenous Australians, koalas are woven into ancient stories and culture. Today, they're a symbol of our national identity and our unique wildlife. The joy of spotting a koala is pure, simple happiness, a reminder to slow down and appreciate the beauty of life. This connection inspires us to protect them. When you look into a koala's eyes, you can't help but care about its future. That's the real power of a wildlife encounter. It changes hearts and minds. Fired up to see a koala? Head to eastern and southeastern Australia, Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, and parts of South Australia. The Great Ocean Road in Victoria, especially around Kennett River and Cape Otway, is famous for wild koalas. Kangaroo Island in South Australia is another top spot, with sanctuaries like Hanson Bay offering guided walks. For guaranteed sightings, visit reputable sanctuaries like Australia Zoo or Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. These places rescue, rehabilitate, and educate, supporting koala conservation. Remember, some states allow supervised cuddles, others don't, to protect the koalas. Always respect the rules and put the koala's welfare first. That's the true wildlife warrior way. When we're out in the bush, remember, we're visitors in the koala's home. Keep your distance. Getting too close stresses them out. Never touch or feed wild koalas. Their diet is specific, and human food can make them sick. The best thing you can do is observe quietly and let them be. Stick to marked trails and always take your rubbish with you to protect their habitat. If you see a koala on the ground, keep pets away and call a wildlife rescue. Responsible, respectful observation ensures our presence doesn't harm these precious animals. That's how we can all be wildlife warriors. Now, a serious yarn. Koalas are in real trouble. Habitat loss is their biggest threat. Every tree cut down means a koala loses its home and food. On the ground, they're vulnerable to cars and dogs. Simple actions like careful driving and keeping pets contained can save lives. Disease, especially chlamydia, causes suffering and infertility. And bushfires, fueled by climate change, can wipe out entire populations in moments. Koalas are now endangered in many parts of Australia. If we don't act, future generations may only see koalas in books. We have a responsibility to turn this around. We must fight for them. They can't fight for themselves. The time to act is now. So, what can we do? Every one of us can help. Support organisations like the Australian Koala Foundation and local wildlife hospitals. They rescue, treat and protect koalas. Donate if you can, or volunteer your time. Every bit helps. Choose ethical wildlife tourism and eco-certified tours that put animal welfare first. Make smart choices at home. Plant native trees, be a responsible pet owner and reduce your carbon footprint. Every action adds up to big change. We made the mess. It's our job to fix it. We owe it to the koalas and all the creatures we share this earth with. Today, we've travelled together through the heart of Australia, celebrating its wild beauty, the enchanting presence of koalas, and the deep connection these animals share with their land. We've witnessed the magic of their world, but also glimpsed the threats they face: shrinking habitats, climate change, and the ever-present challenges of survival in a changing environment. These gentle creatures are facing more obstacles than ever before. Droughts, bushfires, and deforestation are making life harder for koalas, pushing them closer to the edge. But their story doesn't have to end here. Now it's time to turn your passion into action. Every small step counts, whether you're planting a tree, supporting conservation groups, or simply spreading the word. Be a voice for the voiceless. Koalas can't speak up for themselves, but you can. Share what you've learned today with others. Your voice can spark curiosity, compassion, and change. Talk to your friends and family about the wonders of koalas and the urgent need to protect them. Post your photos, write about your experiences, and use your social media to amplify their story. Every story you tell, every image you share, helps others see the beauty and vulnerability of these animals. Let your memories inspire others to care and to act. The more people who care, the stronger our collective voice becomes. Together, we can raise awareness and build a community that stands up for wildlife. With enough support, we can put real pressure on leaders and decision-makers to create lasting change. Support responsible tourism, choose eco-friendly options, and encourage others to do the same. Show the world that wildlife is a precious asset worth protecting, not just for Australia, but for the entire planet. Every respectful encounter with nature sends a powerful message. Let your experience in the wild inspire you to protect koalas for generations to come. Imagine a future where children can still marvel at koalas in their natural home. Let's come together as a global family of wildlife warriors, united by our love and respect for these incredible animals and the wild places they call home. Our shared passion can bridge continents and cultures, reminding us that we all have a role to play in protecting life on Earth. Let's make sure the sound of a koala bellowing in the bush never falls silent. Let's ensure their forests remain alive with the rustle of leaves and the calls of wildlife. For the koalas, for the planet, for us all, let's protect this wonder together, you little beauty.